wanted to do a little topic tonight. We're talking about money tonight. We're talking about money and women and men, the duty that they play when it comes to this money. I put a big question mark because there's a lot of things misconstrued about money and relationships, money and significant others, money and friends, money period. Tell you, man, money can change a situation, but money can turn shit into hell when you're too focused on it. But I'm trying to shit a lot real fast. Just give me a minute. Money, men, money, women, and men. Duties. Boom. All right, there we go. How you doing, Carmen? I'm sending this out to the people that I've invited for conversation. Oh, yeah, let me send it to my podcast. Live update. Boom. Oh, yeah, we can't forget that. It takes a couple seconds for me to send this live out before I start running my movie. Boom. Send to Aqua. Boom. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay. We'll send it to. Boom. Let's send it over to. Steffi. Send it over to her. Boom. We can't forget none of this. All right, y'all. So we talk about money. Money is really important because it's something that you need for the purpose of survival. But we talk about money in relationships and how money helps and money also destroys. You ever heard the saying, how you doing, Carmen? Money is the root to all evil. I don't like that statement. You need money. Every time somebody tells me money is the root to all evil, I'm hearing that from a broke person. In my mind, because if money is the root to all evil, take the money away, what do you have? Right? You see this thing that I have up here? It says, Bernie Mac once said, money attracts females. Okay? That you want. And struggle attracts the women you need. I'll say that again. Bernie Mac once said, money attracts females you want, struggle attracts women you need. I disagree with that statement. If Smoke and Think, how you doing, Smoke and Think podcast says I disagree. And I'm going to be honest with you. I disagree with that too, if that's what you're talking about. Struggle will show you who's really there for you. Struggle will push them away. I say money attracts everybody. God damn it. And let me tell you something. I want to get Aqua on here because, first and foremost, I actually want to how important it is to have money. The problem is you spend your money on so many people that has nothing to do with you and your purpose. You do it with your family. You do it with your friends, especially your friends. Perfect example. If I'm getting, how can I say this? If I want to ride for somebody, right? Let's say I call Bangus and like, yo, Bangus, how you doing? Let me catch a ride with you right quick somewhere, right? Bangus, he fucks with you. So Bangus fucks with you. You get inside of the car with Bangus, right? Bangus gonna take you wherever you need to go. Now you got the little dweeb on the side right here. He want to get her. He don't ask for anything. Well, he asked her around one time. I guess you still consider his friend too, right? But he asks you for gas money because he fucks with bangers more than he fucks with you, right? Bangers don't have to give him gas money. He will drive all the way across the city to pick up this person. But little dweeb right here, you got to give him gas money to go around the corner. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, some people are very selective of what they do with their money. And you know what? I count that as an appreciation because you know what? You didn't have to take me at all. Here's his gas money, right? Here's another case scenario, right? Somebody says, let me hold something, right? Let's say that you get financial success. And all of a sudden, the people that never ask you for money is asking you for money. And when they're asking you for money and you don't want to give it, now all of a sudden, you ain't loyal. Now all of a sudden, you change. Now all of a sudden, and it's amazing how when it comes to friends, you hear this from the same people that's still on the block because they don't have that mindset that you don't want to go big. Because you have the same mindset that you don't want to go big, and that they don't want to go big. You want to go big, they want to pull you back. They want you to be rich in the hood and do all hood rich nigga shit, right? That's one example for your friend. Now, let's talk about family and money, right? Not too much you can do really when it comes to like family and money. The concept is kind of the same, but the results is 10 times worse because when it comes to family, they assume title is a reason that you automatically assume your loyalty to them. Let's talk about the most common one. This is where I really wanted to get to. Your significant other or that girl that you consider yourself talking to. Okay? I want to explain something to y'all. If you are spending money on a woman, I'm going to tell you why, in my opinion, it's perfectly fine. Okay? I've had a fair share of women in my lifetime since I first started dating from a teenager, right? I've had plenty of women, and I spent plenty of money, right? You need to spend money to do things, whatever. You need money for everything, right? And they tell you, don't spend your money on that one more. She may be using you. Let me tell you something. Money can change the situation, but money can teach you things. You got, in my opinion, you got to spend money. When you spend money on a woman, I'm going to tell you something. Spending on money on a woman is like a college. It's like paying for a college course, right? You pay for your college course, and then what happens is you get your lesson, you get your classes, right? It's up to you to determine the lessons that you're getting from that class, whether you failed the class and you got to take it over again. In this instance, the money that you spent on that woman, you know, you found out that she wasn't the one for you, or maybe she was using you, or whatever it could be, or whatever. You move on to the next woman, cool. Or you graduated from that class, got your bachelor's, the money that you spent on that college course was worth the class. And that one is the relationship, your woman, that you have a longevity. If you don't spend money on a woman, you're not going to find out what kind of person she is. A lot of people don't think of it that way. Don't spend your money on a woman. No, spend your money on a woman. Find out. You're going to find out who she is.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It depends on, like, coming from my perspective, like, being on both sides of the fence, you take heart to how you spend your money on how you get your money. And as far as the family, them be the number one people that know the hardest. Like, you tell your family, you tell one of your family members no, when they know that you got it. Maybe they might like just thinking like, all right, you know how like Instagram makes this image of people. You know what I mean? Same way like as in the streets, like just because you out in the streets don't mean like everybody got money, but your family member might think you got money. You know what I mean? And it might be that time where you really out grinding, like first and foremost, if you see somebody out grinding, that mean they need it. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what's going on in people's lives. So when you tell somebody no, and they take it to the heart, and you feel some type of way about it, like now I gotta explain myself on why this, that, and the third, and this your family member that's gonna put your family that's gonna put your business
They're
that
gonna
you
put you
telling
front
them
and
why
center.
you told them no, that everybody in the family. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, damn, like now this a broken relationship because now you can't even fuck with this person no more. But to everybody, it's like, oh, because you told them no. It'd be like money. I agree with money is the root
Okay,
of all
so this
evil
is what you said
because
that you disagree with. Okay, so tell me why you disagree with that statement. That you agree with that statement. Why do you believe money is the root to all evil? This is what I want to know. Can you hear me?
I say, like, I know a lot of
Okay.
rich people. You know what I mean? And I know of a lot of rich people, just like, you know, like the entertainment business and shit like that. You know, everybody basically have to take a dark turn to get to where they're going to be successful. I mean, a lot of people, they got to cut throats. Everybody I know that's successful had cut a throat. You know what I mean? Then think about it. Every time, like, think about it. Like, if somebody knew you had 3 million in cash right there, they
Right.
gonna come get you. Everything, everything that revolves around money basically means death on everything. Like that shit definitely the root of all evil. Some people pray for evil news just to have it
All
bad.
evil? All
A
or a lot?
lot. Think about it. The pastors, the preachers, everybody, like they all in it for
All
the
right,
money.
cool. All right, no problem. But is it all evil? Is it all? Money's the root to what? All? Is it really all?
I mean, when you could tell a motherfucker no and they get mad at you and shit, like, of course.
Oh, let me get this real fast. Let me get
Like,
this
you
real
don't
fast,
think
y'all
so?
guys. Oh, I cannot come in without paying my due diligence. Welcome to Relationship Talk with G's, where conversations keep you pleased. I'm your boy A1G's. You're now welcome to the Guru's house. Taking you over intern. Tonight's drink bottle of the evening. We had to hit it up with the Hennessy, so we're gonna pour that one time. That's right. We play no games in this piece. There you go. Not too much on the Henny. It's Henny thing tonight. All right, continue.
Yeah, but basically, like, money is the root of all evil. Like, I believe that shit. I believe that shit wholeheartedly. People do a lot of evil things for money. A lot. Like, people rob, people steal, like people sell
Right.
drugs, uh, women be selling their bodies, like everything is just for the love of money. Like people steal from their mother. I seen people backdoor their own blood brothers that they grew up with over money. You know what I mean? Like I done seen people get shot down in the street and niggas go right up in their house and look for their money. You know what I mean? Like it's like people do a lot of messed
Growing
up
up,
things for
growing up,
money.
growing up, our punishment was we had to pay a fine. That was our punishment. I'm gonna tell you why that's significant to me. Because I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I was pretty much independent by the time I was 14. Grandmother raised, and my mom, but grandmother raised, and the penalties came from my mother, right? That was her way of punishing us. We had to pay a fine. Why was this fine so payable? Because she knew I worked every summer, and I had everything that I made over the summertime. I had to save that money and make it last throughout each high school year. Okay, and You know, I still had a little allowance my grandmother was giving me on top of that, right? We had chores and stuff like that. But every time that something would happen for whatever reason, our fine, petty, whether legitimate or whether it's petty, our payment would literally, she had a list of the things on the wall, right? Do a list of chores, right? And how much we had to pay if these chores wasn't done and wasn't done by a certain amount of time.
Hey.
Growing up, when my
Oh,
grandmother
man.
passed away, and by the way, this year would make her, this month, this year, makes her 10th anniversary, 10-year anniversary since she passed away. So I started this collage on my wall in my hallway upstairs on my third floor of my house. And I framed her picture. My uncle, age 68, he gave me a picture of my grandmother. My uncle, age 68, is her firstborn, and he gave me a picture of her when she was 20. Very nice photo. Every time I get up, I pay my respect. I say hi. I say my hello. Pay my respect every time I walk past it. That's how I start my day. Because if anybody knew me, my grandmother did. And we had a relationship that nobody could ever understand. And like I said, if she didn't give it to me, then I couldn't get it. You get what I'm saying? It had to be off of the money that I worked throughout each summer. So, you know, I'm telling you, money will change a motherfucker. Money will change somebody. It will turn them into greed. You know, when you're the head of somebody, let's say that you're that one person in the family, you're the head of everybody's. You just catch on to all the elders. You're the head of every person in this estate. You get what I'm saying? Greed, all the power over everything. You just want family control, like. And then it's like the problem is you try to be so much like your mother or be the next person in line that everybody's gonna respect. When you have to remember that you are not grandma. How many families have broken apart since grandma and grandpa passed away? We used to go to family reunions. Okay.
None of that no more.
We went to church on a regular, not
more.
on Easter, one time every year, where the pastor say, "See you next year." We was at church every Sunday. This is a church house. If you didn't go to church, you did not have a home to stay. Grandma will tell you, get the fuck out.
Where this ball? Where this ball?
Look at me talking about some anything, and I got the fucking camera to dry. I just finished some spaghetti. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Motherfucker ginger ale, nice as shit with some spaghetti. You hear me?
But hey, you funny as hell. Hey yo, but look, how your grandmother she brought you up on manly duties on with women, right?
As far as duty is concerned, I learned that from a lot of my cousins, male cousins and uncles. I grew up in a house full of women, so I don't want to say that I can say I understand women. I understand them like the back of my hand. I know their patterns. I know their emotions. I know their mental, which is not much because it's more emotion over your mental. And women naturally emote. This is not something nobody's debating me with. This is reality. This is what it is. Women emote. Bottom line.
But growing up with women, does that make you emotional?
It just makes me understand women, and I know how to strategize, and I know how to think, and I know what their next move is before it happens. Because I still have all my logic, all my everything, or all the manly things came from my older male cousins, older uncles, and stuff like that. How to fight, that came from my uncles. I was a badass kid, yo. I used to get sent out of town to my uncle to get my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? I was that motherfucker. Who would have known that geez, this boy right here was like one of the most quiet, nicest dudes that you could ever meet. Very patient. I was never that person. Nope. Growing up, nope.
not me. Grandma used to tell me, you need to change your ways or you're going to end up dead somewhere. You know what she also used to tell me? She said, if you have brains, you'd be dangerous. I understand what she was talking about now. Because I'm a dangerous motherfucker now. Real rap.
Word is born. Word is born. But yo, I grew up in a household full of women too. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I get that emotional shit, that shit rubbed off on me. But growing up, because I did a lot of jail time in my life, you know what I mean? Going back and forth to jail and doing a long bit at the end. But like, you know, like growing up, that shit basically like teach me. So like, far as like me being taught on like a man duty on women, like I'm still basically like going through it and
Right.
learning it. You know what I mean? Off of experience. Like, cause like I've been stopped. Like I take advice, like I hear it, you know what I mean? And if it makes sense to me, like I'll probably go through it. But basically like I'm living like through experience, like what I know
Right.
I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And sometimes I fumble, sometimes I get it off. You know what I mean? But everything be intentionally from the heart. And that's the type of shit
Exactly.
that I'm
And
going
my
through
thing
now.
is,
Like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much money you spend on a woman. Everything that I do is a choice. She can not have kids. She can have kids. The most common case scenario is a woman that have kids. Because well, how many women are you coming across nowadays that don't have at least one kid? You don't know if that person has a kid when you first meet them. You find out later. But the way I look at it is, a lot of men, some men will say, "Oh, if she has kids, she's automatically disqualified." Okay, cool, fine. There's nothing wrong with having that type of standard. That's what you want. That's what you want. She can have a kid, whatever the case may be, but you have to understand, if you already gave the greatest thing that you can give a man without the requirement of marriage, you get what I'm saying? There are some choices, some trade-offs you have to meet if you want a man to deal with you and your child that is not of his offspring. So when a man chooses a woman, right? Women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. If a man chooses a woman, he has to take what comes with it and who comes with it. And if that person has to have kids, you have to hope that that person and that child's father are definitely separate. If they have a good co-parenting system, but that they're separate. You have to make sure that whatever is coming with it, you get what I'm saying, is right for you. Because you're making a choice to be in this kind of person's life. And you are not spending money for you. You are spending money for you. You are spending money for her. You are spending money for the child. Bottom line. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you made that choice, cool. If you don't like it, make the choice to say, okay, I won't deal with a woman that has kids. You get what I'm saying? For me, it's okay. Like, for me, it's like, all right, more than one, and I tried one that had two. Talked to her 3 years later, she had three. I learned, that was my college course, one-on-one, that's not going to work. If she was all of a sudden unhappy, but she had a third one, and by the same baby father, you have to understand, fool me once, shame on who? Fool me twice, shame on you. Three times, you just boo-boo the fool. You got to realize right there, it ain't happening. She's stuck. She's stuck. Yeah, she's stuck. And my thing is this: I've made the mistake before of spending money on women because I thought I loved them so much. I thought I loved them so much, and I thought money was the coping mechanism to buying the love. Even though I didn't want to say that that's what it is, who gives a fuck about what you think? Your actions tells what it is. The actions show that you were trying to buy their love because you thought financially helping them was going to make them love you. And don't be mad at it. Everything is a choice. Some women actually appreciate it and really, really need the help and really don't have the help. And like, oh, this man is holding it down for me more than the father is. This man is holding it down for me and nobody's helping right now. That person might really rock with you. But how many women do you come across that actually appreciates the financial contribution that you put to the table? I get mad at men when they talk about how they spend money, this and spend that, or I'm a fool, spend money on this and something like that. Let me tell you something. Money spending is part of a man's duty. Money spending is part of a man's duty, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it needs no explanation. You need money to survive. Men are the natural laborers. If you get married one day and you create a household under the same roof, a man is in his natural state to want to get it, whether legal or illegal. A man gets in his pride when he is not making money.
And frustrated.
I don't care if you got a good ass job, or if you're an entrepreneur like me, or if you're on the block selling them nicks and dubs, 8 balls, whatever you want to call it. A man gets in his feelings if he's not making money, and when he spends his money, he feels like that is his contribution. That is his duty. What more do you want me to do? That is how a man thinks, not how a man feels. Because a lot of people get it fucked up when they say how I feel. I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you how many times I spoke to a woman on one of my old podcasts, like when I used to really streamline on YouTube. How many times I used to ask women, what do you think about X, Y, and Z? I guarantee she would always answer me back by telling me how she feels. I didn't ask about how you feel. Feeling is like playing chess. Using your head is like playing checkers. When you have your emotions and stuff like that, your emotions, you just jump, you think. You get in a fight, you get upset, you want to black out, okay? You think. When you think, you're thinking about how you about to... What does a woman do every time with two women catfight, right? They throw their hands up, right? So you think they're about to throw a punch. What's the first thing they do? They don't throw punches, they grab the hair. How do you get your hands to get ready to throw your hands and shit just to grab the person's hair? Women say this all the time. I heard them say they don't like watching men fight because when men fight, they got a stance. That's why they take boxing classes and shit. They get ready for the block. They dip. They planning. They're reading your body. They're reading your boxers can anticipate your next move. You saw the fight. The flight. You saw the fight. The UFC fight. You saw that fight. Bull tore Garcia's ass up. Garcia was moving too quick because he was just trying to jab. I said, watch, he gonna lose his energy. The Bull, he didn't even have to make too much moves. He's like, he got one nice 2 jabs over with, round 7. What did he do? He played checkers. He was just trying to jump. What the other Bull do? He was waiting like, all right, cool. I'm going to just let you sweat it out a little bit, wait yourself out, then I'm going to knock you the fuck out. That is how women move. They move off the emotion. They're quick to jump.
Let you
Men have to be the logical
that shit was fixed.
Huh?
That was a fixed fight, though, man. That was a fixed fight, man.
You see how one party played this side? It doesn't matter. You see how one party plays this side and the other player how he plays this side. See how the person was moving this phase and how this person was thinking? He did less, and less was more. I'm using the case
Right.
scenario. When
Right.
you use your emotions,
Right.
when you move by your emotions, you don't think. When you get drunk, right? How you start acting? You act off of your emotions because you're not sober. Watch this. Watch this.
Right.
Snoop Dogg once said this, right? You could have a whole room full of enemies, right? Put some weed in the air. I bet you all the motherfuckers, they'll be taking pictures and stuff like that, having a good time, all that. Put those same motherfuckers in the same room with one drink. It's going to be last man standing. Somebody in that room going to be dead.
Word is born.
You can take one
yeah.
joint and pass it to 6 motherfuckers and pass that shit in a motherfucking rotation. Or whatever Cat Williams said. But you get this one drink right here, it's going to be like fucking musical chairs. Right? So let's talk about back to the money. When you're spending money on a woman, you have to do it diligently. It doesn't matter if her intention is to use you. You have to do what you won't find out if you don't do it at all. You got to go to an audition, right? American Idol. I'm walking into the room. Here's Simon Cowell, Randy, and Paula, the real judges of American Idol when it first started. Ryan Seacrest, the host.
Mm-hmm.
You're nervous to go in the room because you know Simon is just going to fucking mean mug you. Paula is the one, she's the teddy bear. And you don't know what to expect out of Randy. Right? Then you got a Fantasia who walks in there confident, right? Kills the audition, right? So what is the difference between a person that's nervous, that got to go through the door, and the person that's confident, that got to go through the door? What is the difference? What is the similarity? What is the similarity? What do you think? You still gotta go through the door. So if I gotta go through the door anyway, why don't I choose to go through the door in confidence? Confident, intelligent, and assertive. Kevin Steen used to call it the CIA for men. Confident, intelligent, and assertive. You go in there confident. You go in there with your intellect and think about what your next move is. In this case, next financial move. And you go in there with assertion. And you go in there and you mean business and you do it because you mean it. Not because you think, oh, let me see if she going to use my money. Let me see if she going to be using it. Who gives a fuck? Move on. Go to the next person. But you won't find out if you don't give it a try, if you don't do it. Don't worry about what other people have to say. You're hearing this from people that's broke. Or you're just hearing this from people that really just don't have their lives together, just like period. They ain't gotta have nothing to do with money. You could be the richest person in the world, still be the most miserable. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is, when it comes to women and money, okay, it's simply a requirement. It is. It is. You need money to survive. And my thing is this: you do have to ask yourself at some point, while you're spending the money, that's your job to be monitoring and seeing what's going on. What you got to see, what is she doing with the money? You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying? You put cheese on a mousetrap. What's the mouse gonna do? What's the mouse gonna do? That nigga gonna eat.
Cool.
So the question is, if you give a woman money, you gotta see, she gonna use it for something. She gonna eat. But how is she gonna eat? Is she gonna use it to invest in her business that she wanna do? Is she gonna use it to blow it on weed? Does she have money already? And say she need this, she need that, whole time she got already a whole paycheck? Does she have a man that gives her the time and attention? Does she have a man that gives her the money? Does she has a man that gives her a good dick? And do these three men know about each other? Oh, you wasn't ready for that one. You get what I'm saying? So you have to find out. You have to observe as you're giving this money. It's an experiment. You get what I'm saying? Don't get mad because you're spending money. You're supposed to spend money on a woman. What you need to do is see if she's going to spend money on you. You can have 10 motherfuckers that you talk to. The man that she invests her time and money into, that's the motherfucker she want to be with. Right?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Absolutely. Word. Absolutely. And that's crazy. But a lot of these women out here messed up though. And that comes from what I say, like these reality shows and these women rappers and shit like that. Like they really messed up and they really look for the dudes that really be having these wives that nobody don't know about, and they be out here just seeing them when it's fun time, and they be out here thinking that that's the life. That's not the life. If the guy with you ain't trying to put you on no money moves on how to grow or nothing, like I say, like what's the point of you keep taking a handout? Like, and then once it's over, it's over. Like he could take everything from you and shit, and you back to square one. Now niggas ain't shit. All niggas ain't shit, but you all referring to all niggas as this one guy.
It says the real black. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It says the real black beauty said agreed because they have no morals or standards. What would happen? I agree with that. And if you don't have any morals or standards, if you don't have any morals or standards, if you don't have any moral standards, like where are you going with yourself? Where are you going with it? I don't know what happened, Moody. Let me bring you back in. Let me bring you back in.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. But go ahead.
Read the comments.
What do you think what she said? No morals or standards.
Yeah, a lot of word. But that comes from thinking that lit life is lit. Mm-hmm. Like, and you get accustomed to that shit. You feel me? Like, you don't think about it. You don't think about morals or nothing until somebody like one of your friends that don't give up, that's gonna tell you some real shit. Tell you like, bitch, you ain't got no morals. What type of shit you on? Right. You don't got friends like that no more. You got that, hell yeah, nigga. That nigga lit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, these the type of friends they be having now. You know what I mean? Like, and that be the catch on it too. Then y'all meet these same niggas now. All niggas ain't shit. Nah, hell no.
But the same ones that's crying wolf, right?
Word.
Same ones that's crying wolf.
Like that movie where the dude with the funny eyes from Takers and shit. He was in that movie with Kevin Hart and Taraji and all that.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was the cook and she found out that he ain't had no money and she started throwing him to the side and shit, whatever. And she chased the nigga with the money and the nigga with the money wasn't it. And now all of a sudden she running back to this guy. He got his little business booming, whatever, because he fit for it. You know what I mean? Like, these the type of niggas that these chicks bypass. You feel me? And when they turn 40, now they want to. Oh yeah, nah, get the fuck out of here.
Right. Now let me ask you this. Let me tell you something. I can't tell you how many. If I told you, and this is why I'm okay with it. I'm okay. If I told you how many times I gave my last to a woman, would you believe me?
I mean, I ain't got a choice. You know what I mean? Because
Because,
it happens.
but I didn't give that woman any excuses, right? I didn't give her any excuses. If I didn't see a way, I made a way.
Word,
You get what I'm saying?
word.
If I had to call in for a favor, I didn't give no excuses. When I was in high school, I remember my mom one time put me on punishment. I guess I don't know if she suspended the phone line, or whatever the case may be. My old girlfriend that I had at the time. Where you from? You from Philly? Where
Nah,
you from?
no,
You from where?
no, Jersey.
Oh, Newark, New Jersey. Okay. All right. Shout out to New Jersey in the house.
Word.
So I'm from Philly, right? So my phone was off because she suspended the line as my punishment, right? Whatever. You know what I did? I went to a payphone. Yes, we were still using payphones. I was starting to show my age now. And I put that quarter in for that collect call. I knew her number by heart. Damn, nigga, you always find a way to get to me. That's right. It's those little things that matter. And if you don't have it, you don't have to tell her no. You just tell her that she gotta wait. And if she can't, and that's the test of the weather. If she can't stick it to you when shit gets bad, don't let that bitch come with you when you hit the finish line. When you get to the point, she don't have to know that you're your last dollar, or that you gave her your last dollar, none of that. She don't have to know none of that. You can give a chick your last dollar. She don't have to know any of that. But that right there is the test to see if she's going to stay. A wise person once told me, and I asked him, I said, hey, do you think me and this person are going to last? You know what she told me? She said, no, because as soon as you drop, that motherfucker's going to go for the next highest bidder. I felt that. Not saying every person is like that, but you have to go through these women in order to get to the good one.
Nah, but you can see that in that person. You can see that type of shit in that person.
You get what I'm saying? When you get down to your last dollar, and that's that type of modern woman that's really money driven, watch how their actions start to change. Can't even get the motherfucker on the phone.
Word.
How much time a man and money, everything is calculated down to money. Especially when it comes to your time. Let's say you go on a date, right? You gotta freshen up, get a fresh haircut. That's money spent right there, right? Let's say you gotta put a reservation in for a restaurant somewhere right there, right? Gas money. That's money right there, right? Let's create a coochie balance, right? We had a coochie balance, right? All the things that men had to do in hopes that they get to the yams, right? So you got the haircut, fresh clothes, that's money, gas money, you gotta pick her up, right? Then you order the appetizers, the meal itself, the time, the conversation, and stuff like that. Then you gotta don't forget you gotta pick her up, right? Take her back home and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, you probably pay for a nice little outfit or hair or whatever. Nails done, hair done, everything did, right? How much time do you have to put into them before you get to the sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I created a coochie balance, right, and there was a bank, right? Let's say like you're financing a car, right? and you don't make your payments after 3 months, but you're using the shit out of this car and you owe this money back to the bank, what happens after 90 days of you having an overdue balance?
It's over. They coming to get their shit.
They're gonna repossess your car. So if we could say, oh look, all right, we spent $300 on this restaurant, this X amount of 30, stuff like that. Your balance is overdue. Your coochie balance is overdue. If we was able to repossess the coochie, that they wouldn't be able to use it on anybody again, because of the time that you put in, right, money and stuff like that, we could repossess your that person's vagina. That's the double standard. See, men have to put all the effort in first, but when they get the time, but guess what? You have to do that because you got to see who's there, who's really right for you, who's not right for you. You're not gonna find out any other way. We're not in a fairy tale.
Right.
I have no problem giving my last dollar because that's how I'm gonna learn if that person really gonna rock with me when shit get low. Because I know how to get my shit right back. Am I right or left?
You right as hell.
But I know to the right is some grapes. Let me grab these grapes right here. Hold on a sec. I might drop some grapes off to you real fast. Yeah. Gotta get that taste of that Henny off my breath. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, you really have to, you got to. Money and women, yo.
Hell yeah. Like my Mexican bunker used to tell me, no money, no honey.
Hello.
No money, no honey.
Tell them again. If you're not spending money, what are you doing? You gotta spend money on yourself. Spend some fucking money on her. You know?
Man, but
and then when you see, if she returns the investment don't have to be sex. Hell, she could spend money on you. She could take you out on a date one day. Don't stop her.
but what about the females that be really don't appreciate and shit, don't really got shit, but they don't be really appreciating the shit. Like I got a lot of female friends, you know what I mean, and they talk, you know what I mean, and I listen, you know what I mean, and I be like, well, why don't you just appreciate it, you know what I mean, like he did it for you, feel me, like probably like somebody that you don't fuck with no more to did for you.
Because he doesn't have to, because he ain't got the, I'm gonna tell you why. Because she likes all the sweet things out of that man, but he may not have the street nigga mentality that most women are gravitated to. He may not be street smart. You know what I'm saying? He may not be street built. And really, at the end of the day, women want a nice man, but it's like a lot of modern day women. Not saying all that, the traditional women. A lot of modern day women want their cake and eat it. They want you to have all that. They want you to be the street nigga. I'm not saying all. But some of them want you to be the street nigga. Right, hold on. They want you to have the street. They want you to have the street built with the Donald Trump money, without the illegal things that comes with it. Can we all put that in the same sentence?
I mean,
I almost got a tongue twister just saying this shit. I had to eat another grape so I can get some juice so my tongue wouldn't get tired.
Yeah, they just want to feel protected. Just want to feel protected.
But you have to be willing to help a woman, because the right woman is going to understand you, or at least try to get to understand you. 3 things I look for when it comes to a significant other. Everybody is looking for the wrong thing, and that's love, because they have a misconstrued understanding of what love is. Love consists of the following things. Love is not love. If you respect, peace, communication, level of understanding. Okay? Those things equal love. If you respect me, you love me. You're
Right.
going to know if a woman don't respect you. If you respect me, you love me. How do you respect me? Okay, let's lead to the next thing. I had a long day at work. I came home, or I just came back to you. Maybe we don't live together, we just boyfriend, girlfriend. Are you my peace? Can you be my peace when somebody else is not? Can you be my peace when everybody else is cooking me? Or are you the one that is adding to my stress at the end of the day? On top of my friends, on top of my family? Level of understanding. Communication. There are different kinds of communication. Text is a shitty one. Let's start off with that. Text messaging is a shitty example of communication. A lot of women love being hidden behind communication. Don't text me. Phone call, FaceTime, in person. Little bit of text. Cool. Sometimes we don't feel like being on the phone, but not all the time. Communicate when things are good, bad, and ugly. If you can weather through that, you love me. Love understanding. It means agree to disagree. Accountability is like kryptonite. You're not getting that passed by me. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You can't take accountability, you can't rock with me. That goes for anybody. Family, friends, girlfriend, whatever. You can't take accountability, stage left. I ain't got time. I'm getting older. This is what it is. Agree. You may not agree with me, but hear me out. A lot of men complain that they can't be heard because of a woman's attitude. Hear me? Me? You gonna hear me. It's gonna be the most gentle, soft way possible, but you're going to hear me. We are human. We are no different than the next person. We are no different from the opposite gender. Men, you need to step up, be more assertive, confident, intelligent, and assertive. Demand your respect. You cannot demand respect if you don't respect yourself. That's why I always talk about the 5 forms of relationships. And that relationship with yourself is so damn important. That's great. But all right. Let me get him back on here. I lost connection. Try one more time. That was a good little talk. Let's get him back on here so we can follow up with what he was saying before he got cut off. How y'all doing? Shout. All right, boom, boom.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
That's cool. So, did you catch up with what I said?
A little bit.
Right. So, basically, peace, love, understanding, communication. Those things equal love, not love itself. If you respect me, you love me. Peace. Can you be my peace after a long day of work? Can you be my peace when everybody else is stressing me out? Can you return the same thing that I'm giving to you? Because the only people that can do that are the type of people that give it first. If I'm the type of person that give it first, you the type of person to give it first, I got thrown off one time when she just kept trying to spend money on me. I wouldn't let her fucking do it. And got upset every time I pulled out my damn debit card. I'm like, oh yeah. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, my thing is this. Communication. Communicate through the good, bad, and ugly. And watch your method of communication. You two should not be texting all day. People hide behind text messages. Why do people love to text? Because you can decide what to say, and you can choose when to answer. And the longer that you have to answer, the more you may be coming up with a lie. What's that song about Vividry? So tell your good lies, cause I'm fine no matter what. Tell them good old lies. No, you're gonna get on the phone with me. Because if I'm talking to you right now, it requires an answer back right away. Phone, FaceTime, in person. Don't text me. Little bit of text. I get it. Sometimes you don't want to be on the phone, you're tired, you pick your phone, quick tip, boom, boom, boom. But man, we gotta stop making it we gotta stop making it a habit to make a woman comfortable with constantly texting you. You will text her so much you will never meet this woman in person. But you're sending her money. Ah, there we go. Now that's how you fucking yourself over. How are you sending this person money? You never even met the bitch. Excuse my language. How are you sending her $40 and you never met her?
People do that?
Yes.
Damn.
How have you given her money and you haven't seen her in a long time? Maybe you did consistently see her. Y'all separated, y'all reunited, and it feels so good. And you catching up so much on text, you don't know the chick got kids now. You don't know she caught up. She is no wrong in your eyes. And you just helping her and don't even know she about to hit you with a surprise.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And when her man finds out that she's texting you, she gonna go home back with one eye. And you're not gonna hear from her for a while. She's just gonna all of a sudden disappear because you don't know that her phone was confiscated. He deleted the number. He slammed the phone on the ground.
Yeah.
You think that she just used you. Whole time she knew that she was using you.
Yeah, that's a motherfucking Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole Jenny, man.
So you got to know when and when not to spend your money. You could be spending your money to help a woman that seriously doesn't have help, and that is perfectly fine because you could build her and get her to a lifestyle that she's never had before, and she'll appreciate you for that. She'll rock with you. Those kind of good women are out there. But you can't get upset at the next woman because the last woman you had a bad experience with. I tell this to women all the time about men. Women say that men aren't shit. All niggas ain't shit. These are women that can't get a man because they want a man that could just handle them. Just take me as I am or have nothing at all. Mary J. Blige, I blame you because you wanted men to take you as you are and just accept your attitude and think that shit was going to be sweet. No, sir. Not me. Whatever Rick Ross said.
They want a nigga that is just going to grab them and throw them in that fantasy world they wanted. That's what they want.
Men have to have the power to change them and say, no, this is what's going to happen. And there are not enough assertive men out here. You got women giving you the blueprint. Listen, I really need my life to go. I really need you to help me. I need you to do something. Look, we're going to go this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. And the man still won't fucking do it. There are some women out here that's really trying to change. And it really takes a strong man to help them because they didn't have the right people around them to help them. You get what I'm saying? Let's take it all the way back because where does a lot of this thing start from? It starts from where? It starts from home. Growing up as a child, you had to deal with what you had to deal with. You had no power to make whatever decision that you made because you were still a child. And you dealt with some type of family trauma. And we can't blame you for what you went through your childhood. But once you become an adult, at that point, you have the power to change the dynamic of how your life goes and your decision making. And I used to always think that it was easy. If you didn't like how your child would think, when you would do things as an adult, that's the opposite of your child. But guess what? It's easier said than done. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a mental thing. Mental health matters. Listen to this. A child a human remembers most things vividly when they're children. They will think that that is the way, that is what you're supposed to do. Some people think that it's okay to beat up on this person because they've seen it happen to their parents. They think that that is the way. They didn't get the proper right of help. Maybe that mom was out here tricking or what. I'm just giving an example. I'm giving real life case scenarios. Mama did what they had to do because they didn't have no father. Daddy was a single parent because mama was out here on dope or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And they did what they had to do. And the children was conditioned to think that this is how love is supposed to be. And they think that love is a category, but they don't understand that love is the definition of something else. These things equals love. Love doesn't equals love. The things that you do is love. That's why I say peace. There was plenty of times where I was single in my phase of podcasts for over 2 years on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And they would say, how you doing a podcast and you single? A relationship podcast and you single. You ain't in a relationship. I got something for you. You want to know what I want to hear? When I hear that shit, I'm going to show you exactly what I hear. And I hope it's on here. It's not on here. But I'll tell you this. You big dummy. Okay? The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. How are you single and you have a relationship podcast? Do you know what a relationship is? So now this is why I teach the 5 forms of relationships. The relationship with your significant other. If you're talking to somebody, that's a significant other. If you're dating in a relationship, that's a significant other. If you're married, that's a significant other. If you're just talking, that is a significant other because you're making an attempt to go onto a different level. Okay? That's your significant other. That's the first form, and that's the most common one when people think about a relationship. Your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. The second form of relationship is family. The relationship with your family. Okay? Relatives, cousins, kinfolk, whatever. The relationship with your friends, that's number 3. Number 3, business relationships. Okay? Your job, you have your own company, you're a supervisor, you're doing some type of business. I don't care if it's for 2 seconds. Marketplace, put your cart for sale. You're having a yard sale. That's a business. That's a business relationship. You have to have good customer service. That's business relationship. You have to you work at a car dealership. You have to have a good relationship with that customer. That customer walks into Bayou Kia car dealership or Cherry Hill Triplex. Okay? I'm working on the sales floor. I grab that customer. I'm meeting them at the door. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. My name is John Doe. Come on over here. How may I have a seat? How you doing? How's your day going? You're creating a social, you're networking. You're creating a positive atmosphere where that customer can get comfortable. Stuttering. Where that customer can get comfortable because you're about to make one of the second most important purchases of your life. Number 1 is a house. Number 2 is a car. And new car, they're running their credit. They give you their social. They give you a credit application. You are there to do business. And you want to make sure they're as comfortable as possible. You two having a conversation in between, waiting for your paperwork and stuff to come back, stuff like that. And they talk about the football game. Oh, boom. Yeah, I was just lying. I'm about to go home. What you about to be doing today? Yeah, that's going to go home. It's about to watch football game. Oh, the football game? Who's your favorite team? I like the Eagles. What's your team? Oh yeah, anything that'll strike a conversation that has nothing to do with the car, you want to engage with that because that customer, you're reaching out to them personally. It's almost like you're having a heart to heart. Now you start talking about the Eagles game. You need to be talking about the Eagles game. You want their interest. These customers don't just come in here looking for a car. They low-key be coming in for an experience. They still want good customer service. That's a business relationship. You're trying to close a car deal, right? How about this? Family, friends, significant other, friendships, business. You can't do none of those unless you master this fifth relationship, the relationship with yourself. A lot of these people say that you're single, how is this, that, and the third. I may be talking to somebody right now, and it's nobody's business. I am very much so private on my personal life, as I should. I did a podcast called Social Media Warfare. Never put your personal business into the public atmosphere, especially when it comes to significant other. Who cares that you're not being posted on the person's Instagram? You're in her DMs. I'm in her cheeks. Why does it matter who's talking to who? What are we, fucking celebrities? You get what I'm saying? They shouldn't be posted up. You can't master those other four unless you have a relationship with yourself. What is that? Understanding yourself. Loving yourself. Understanding what love is from within. Understanding what happiness is from within. You cannot keep on to your partners and seeking happiness. Happiness is supposed to come from within. You're supposed to bring happiness to the table. They're supposed to bring happiness to the table. If you hear a woman say, this person makes you happy, cool, this person makes you feel good. But do they feel good because you was already upset, you was already depressed, you already had low self-esteem, and then every time he makes you happy, cool, but it takes one thing for them to burn you back out and then cool. Not good. Or are you already happy and he's adding value? Or is he already happy and she's already adding value? This is about adding value because the most basic things that you're supposed to have is supposed to come from within. You're already supposed to bring that to the table. That is the standard of money, right? If you're a hustler, right, and some women are always asking you for money, right? Cool. Question yourself, what is it being used for? How often she asks you for that same increment of money, and determine if that's what it's actually going to. If she gets her nails done here, done everything did, and she wants you to get her nails done, I'm getting her nails done. I'm getting her feet done. I'm getting her hair done. You know why? Because she already likes to get her nails done. She already likes to get her feet done. I have no problem maintaining a woman who likes maintaining themselves. Why am I getting nails done, hair done, everything did to a woman whose hands are as rough as mine? You look like a construction worker. Why am I getting your nails done? You ain't got your nails done in 6 months. What the fuck am I getting your nails done for? But if you're the kind of woman that gets your nails done on the fly all the time, I'm getting your nails done because I like the fact how you take care of yourself.
That's a good way to put it. That's a real good way to put it.
That's a good way of spending money on a woman. You have to understand what it's going to. You got to pay attention. Use your head. I know you can't read through 3 minds, but if you're giving a woman money and you want to help them, that's nothing wrong with that. Do it. Do it willingly and do it without counting favor. But you have to monitor how much money you're giving them, what you're giving it to them for, and how many times you're giving them that same increment. If you keep giving that person $40, $40, $40, or $100, $100, ask yourself what it's going to. Ask yourself what you need it for. If it's being used out of waste, stop doing it. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of the time you don't know what it's going to. But if you're doing it willingly, it doesn't matter. If she's adding value to you, she's adding value to on levels that money can't buy. So it shouldn't be an issue with you doing your financial duty. If you choose to be with her, you know what I'm saying? And if she is the right person, she's adding value to you in whatever ways that you consider value as a man, right? So there's nothing wrong with spending money on women. What do you think about that? I'm gonna put this up too, by the way. This is I'm gonna say this.
Now, that right there, like I ain't never like. I know that's supposed to be naturally thought about, but like I never thought about it that way. You know what I mean? Like I basically like be waiting. You know what I mean? For my lady to be like, give me such and such ID, but I need to get with my feet done. I need to get my head. Like it never dawned on me naturally just to be like, go get your feet done, go get your nails done. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
let me ask you this, because now you just open up a new can of worms. How long have you been with your woman?
oh wow.
Are you in a relationship? Are y'all talking in a relationship or married?
I don't want to talk about that.
No, I'm saying about you're together, right? You're in a relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been together for a while. Have you been like at least more than 3 months?
Yeah, hell yeah.
A year, 2 years? Like I'm asking for a reason. Longevity. I'm trying to create a dynamic. So it's been over a year.
Yeah.
Okay, you're balls deep. Pause. So here we are. So at that point, with a woman like that, y'all year plus in, you should already know her habits. You should already know when she's ready to get her nails done. You know what I'm saying?
But she be off her shit though. She be off her shit though. You feel me? So I really don't know when to be like.
Do she already be on top of her own shit, like paying for her own nails and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Like and I wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't.
When you could chime in for next time,
she send me a picture like, you like my nails? Like it just be like out the blue. Like my nails.
Well, guess what? You like her nails, but guess what? Next time you hit her out the blue. Next time you get your nails done, let me know. Let me get your nails done next time. Do that.
And right when I say that shit, she got fresh nails, or right soon as I say that shit, she be like, shit, I go get them done right now. Like,
well, you better be ready then, nigga. You better be ready. The fuck, you been with her a year. You better be ready.
Yeah,
put an extra coating on it.
Baby girl be on fleek, man.
Mm-hmm.
Word up. But yeah, I never thought about it that way though. Like, cause you know, like I said, like I'm still like going through it. Like I don't really know what the fuck gonna be going on, but I know what feel right and I know what don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day.
All right.
But ain't nobody talking about nothing.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm not talking to you. I'm gonna see. It's been a while since I've been on this thing. I'm gonna save this on my page if you want to watch it later. And
shit was cool, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, fam. Where can I find you? Do you have a YouTube or anything? What's your handle?
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube, Silladale
Podcast.
I'm on YouTube, Silladale Podcast. You can check me. I got a little video. I'll be talking about like a lot of shit that everybody don't be talking about. So like y'all can hit the page and check me out. You know what I mean? I'm Moody Montana. Follow the Instagram page as well. Smoke and Think.
Okay.
I'm about to have a lot of shit going on with this podcast though. Like as far as like a lot of up and coming artists and actresses and entertainers and whatnots and people that's doing righteous things or whatever for the city and for the state and
Mhm.
possibly throughout the motherfucking United States. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely down to haul ass and travel and all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with that.
All right. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you, man, for your time.
Yo, all right.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.